Hello Year 3 and welcome to today's science class. Today's date is the 26th of February 2021 and our new topic, the first day of our new topic, is rocks, fossils and soils. And this is a branch of science that we call geology. The learning objective for today is to be able to identify naturally occurring rocks and explore their uses. And the success criteria is basically just to think about the different ways that we use rocks, and also to consider which type of rocks are man-made and which type of rocks are naturally occurring. Today we're going to think a little bit about what a rock is, and a little bit about where different types of rocks come from. Most of our planet is made of rock. Rock is made up of a mixture of minerals that are pressed tightly together. A mineral is an inorganic material, which means that it is not alive, that is often made of crystals. Sometimes when you look closely at a rock, you can see the separate minerals within the rock. Underneath in the picture on the left, we can see the mineral quartz. So that is quartz, which is a crystal. And on the right is the rock diorite. Now, if we looked very, very closely with a microscope at the diorite, we would be able to see some little quartz minerals in there. So a rock is made up of lots of different minerals that have all been squeezed together over a very long time. If we take a look at this picture, you might be able to see some different kinds of rocks. Some of them are man-made and some of them occur naturally. Which kinds of rocks can you see, and do you think they are natural or man-made? Pause the video now and have a think. Maybe you saw some brick, some concrete slabs, perhaps some slate. Of those three, the slate is naturally occurring and concrete and brick is actually man-made. The slate is usually found on the roof of a house. There are lots of different types of rock which can be used for lots of different purposes. Lots of naturally occurring rocks can be used as they are once they have been shaped. Other materials that look like rocks, such as bricks or concrete slabs, are actually man-made. Taking a look at these pictures, can you decide whether they are naturally occurring rocks that have been shaped, or are they man-made rocks? Pause the video and have a think. Here we have a road and the foundation of a building made from breeze blocks and a cobbled street. Pause the video and think about whether or not these objects are naturally occurring or man-made. Here we have some rooftops and a brick building. Again, I would like you to pause the video and think about whether you think these are man-made or naturally occurring rocks. The final example here, we have a very old building and a very old looking bridge. So that might give you a bit of a clue. Pause the video and have a think. Are these naturally occurring rocks or man-made? So the rocks in these pictures are naturally occurring rocks. The statue is made from marble, which is a metamorphic rock. And the old buildings and steps and the bridge is made from limestone. Limestone was very commonly used in the past to make buildings. All the rocks and stones used in these pictures use rock that occur naturally, but that have been shaped for other purposes. The rocks in these pictures are man-made. Some of them look like they're naturally occurring, but they've actually been made by human processes. Although these materials might look like natural rocks, they are not. Concrete bricks, tarmac and modern roof tiles are all man-made materials. So this is the rock that the statue was made from. This is a metamorphic rock called marble, and marble is used by artists for creating sculptures. It is also used in construction because it is hard wearing, which means it will last a long time. It's very strong and very sturdy material. Slate is another metamorphic rock. It is often used for roofs because it can split into thin sheets. If you have seen slate before, you can see that it comes in layers, and you can separate the slate off by its layers. In the past, it was used for blackboards and writing slates. Chalk is a sedimentary rock, and chalk is used for writing on blackboards as well as other things. Tailors use chalk when they are marking materials for clothes, and gymnasts sometimes use chalk on their hands to stop them from being sweaty and slippery so they can hold on to things for a longer time. Limestone is another sedimentary rock, and it was commonly used in the past to make buildings. Limestone is used a lot in architecture to make buildings. The Great Pyramid of Giza in Egypt is made of limestone. It is also ground up as the basis for making roads. Okay, good work, guys. We are going to have a look at some interesting historical rocks. So we're looking at the next picture, and you have to think, is the structure natural? Is it man-made? Where do you think the rocks come from, and how did they get there? Here is a very famous example of how rocks have been used by people throughout history. Does anybody know the name of this famous historical site? That's right, this is Stonehenge. I'll give you a minute to pause the video and have a think. Do you think these rocks are naturally occurring or man-made? Do you know how old Stonehenge is? And do you know how these rocks came to be in this place? Stonehenge is actually made from a rock called silcrete, which is a naturally occurring rock, but it does not occur naturally in this area. In fact, archaeologists think that the rocks were brought here by people, which is very, very challenging thing to do in the past because these rocks are 5,000 years old. So 5,000 years ago, nobody had cars or trucks or anything like that to carry the rocks. So it's a bit of a mystery as to how they managed to do it. For your assignment today, I would like you to complete at least 3 rows of this table. So the columns are: what is the rock being used for, what colour is it, and is it a natural or man-made rock? So for example, in the first column of the table, you could perhaps write bathroom tile. What is the rock being used for? Tiles in the bathroom. What colour is it? I don't know, maybe white. And is it a natural rock or a man-made rock? In the case of a tile, it would be a man-made rock. If you struggle to find things around the house made of rock, feel free to revisit the video and use some of the examples from there.